Either we start first or what? It's only one. Hi, Kelvin.
Hello.
Have you tried the past year questions?
No.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't think so.
You didn't try how to discuss today. Okay.
I only did the first question, the A only.
Those questions are then it's not that effective. If we discuss it without we tried it, we tried it first. Maybe you use the timer like half an hour or 45 minutes and that you all well you also haven't tried all the questions. Okay, so maybe you use timer to try it out first. Okay, we will discuss it later. Maybe after 45 minutes. Is it enough for you all? Or 30 minutes, I think enough? Huh? Because this is not that I really not encourage the students to straight away go for the discussions without trying it. Huh? You haven't tried it, and then later it seems like 30 or 45 minutes. Do you think which one you prefer?
40.
40 minutes. 40 minutes. Is it? Okay. Yeah. So please try it out first. Okay. Because for the final also, okay, you have to read through the questions, you try to answer it out, come up with your own idea, all this and that, all this thing. Sometimes or that, and then you need to practice it. Since we don't have any, what we call that, the tutorial somewhere, you really need to try it out. So please try it. So I will we will start to discuss it. 9 now is 9:40. Like 10:15 like that. Is it okay? 10:15 now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll mute myself now. Vera? Have you tried out the past year questions? Hello? I think I didn't finish. Okay. Seems like three of you are gang, huh? Okay. So same lah. We will discuss this at 10:15 later. So use the time now to do something on these past year questions. Okay. Otherwise, that is not so effective. I just discuss without you all trying it first. Okay. So Farah, we will start to discuss that at 10:15. Huh? So if you need longer, like longer time, like oops, 10, you need longer times like 10 more minutes or 15 minutes, not too much lah, 10 to 15 minutes like that. You just let me know, okay? Plus, how is it?
Uh,
I did one, and then the second question 1 and 2.
1
A,
and 2.
the A.
So when you read through those kind of questions, do you think you managed to answer these kind of questions?
I think I can. I still not sure if because the first question very open ended. I'm not sure my answer correct or not right now.
Okay. That's normal if not sure. Okay. But for the coding questions, did you try it out?
Yeah, can. I also not sure something. I also got some question not later.
Okay. What about Noel?
in the chat group, Google chat.
Theory questions also. Theory questions. Okay. How about Farah?
I'm not sure if correct or not. I got yang I answered got not answered because maybe I don't understand the question now. I think lah.
Okay. Seems like to understand the questions is another problem, another problem that you have. Okay. Since it's already 10:35 now, and then you all haven't tried out all the questions, so but suppose I ask you to you all to get this passive questions answer ready before the class today. Then I think we need to start with the discussions now, huh? Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, huh? So let me present. Okay, you can see the first questions here, right? So for the first questions ask you for the design. Okay, you have to suggest 2 improvements that can be made to the student's Smart Entry GUI, Perfect User Interface. Justify your answer here. And 8 marks. So always when you read through the questions, you need to check what's the marks allocated for these questions. You see, suggest 2 improvement. So which means that you have to come out with 2 points and explain it. Each of it you will get 4 points, 4 marks. Okay. So based on the figure, okay, you all have the questions, So you just look into the first figure 1.1, student mark entry GUI. Okay, they have course code, student name, student ID, and then a midterm test, all this and that. Okay, so what's your suggestions before you look into the suggestions here? What's your suggestions?
I got the accept button and then cancel button, right? Like, do they count as separate, or do they count together? The accept button and cancel button thing.
Accept and cancel button.
Yeah.
Depends on your justification.
I just say they save time from clicking the button to perform the
Save
action.
time to clicking the button.
To perform the action, like you want to save, you just enter only, no need to click the save. Like that.
So you mentioned you have the cancel button, but
Oh.
save is already here.
No. I mean, like you key, like do the key, like accept button key, like, and you click, you
Shortcut key.
Shortcut key, yeah, shortcut key like that.
Oh, shortcut key.
Yeah.
Okay. So shortcut key for the save, for those edit, exit button you made.
for save and exit only. I didn't say anything about the edit.
So in that case, I consider 1 point only.
Must say all of them. Then
You see, we are talking about the same thing now. Save, edit, and exit is actually considered as the button. And then we are actually talking about 1 point for the shortcut key. You want to create a shortcut key for this button. We're still talking about shortcut key for the button. So that's 1 point. One of the point of it. One improvement that you can do. Consider one improvement from what you have. And then depends on what your justifications are for the quickly access. Okay, allow for the quickly access, is it? Without using the mouse, is it? You mentioned something like that.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, you can get 4 marks. Consider 4 marks.
4 marks.
Because, yeah.
Even if I didn't say the edit also, I just say the save and exit.
Then you better put everything the button here. Why alang here you got there, you don't put any shortcut key, something like that. Okay. At most you can take 4 marks for the answers that you have.
Because the form only has the accept button property and cancel button property, so I didn't think about the edit.
Accept and cancel.
Yeah, the accept button
property.
and cancel button
You
property.
can set the shortcut key. Shortcut key for the button as well. Shortcut key, underline one.
That one I didn't know. Yeah.
Use the ampersand. Okay.
Oh.
So you have, that's the only points you have, improvements that you mentioned. Am I right, Kelvin?
Yeah.
Okay. So how about Farah and Noel? What kind of improvements that you come up with?
Okay. Noel.
If the arrangement of the text box, like from top to bottom instead of left to right.
Text box?
Yeah, the one for the marks, because this one left to right, but my suggestion is top to bottom. To
the
top
design.
To bottom for which one? For which text box?
The midterm test, the practical assessment, the final online assessment marks.
So from the left to right, you make it to the top, or from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
So what's your justifications here?
So because usually the calculation is in top to bottom, usually not left to right, like mathematics.
But your justifications cannot support what you mentioned here. What is it? Calculations? It's not left to right.
What again?
Because your justifications you mentioned for this, you say the calculations is normally left to right, not top to the bottom.
No, usually
what
top
you mentioned?
usually top to bottom. Yeah, not left to right.
Okay. So you say usually top to the bottom, not left to right. For the calculations you mentioned.
Yeah.
But for the calculations, is there a fixed standard top to bottom? If you say the display for the control for text box, in this case the label and also the text box, usually for the standard one, usually is the top to the bottom with the label at the right, label on the left, text box on the right for the user to key in, to follow those kind of standard windows or standard systems that we can find from outside. This is not considered a standard layout. This is for the midterm test practical assessment. If you mention the calculation is mostly top to the bottom is not that support your points here, your improvements here. Noel,
Okay.
okay, huh?
And
So
the
your
second
justifications, yeah, okay.
second one, I say grouping.
Grouping, yeah, good. Grouping for what?
One for the student details and one for marks.
Okay, grouping for that. Justifications on it. For this group,
Now what?
your justification.
So
When
that
you mention on the grouping, your improvement, correct improvement or acceptable improvement, give it 2 marks. Then your justifications, why you say grouping, another 2 marks there. Okay.
I said user can understand what information to fill in based on the group box name.
Okay. Okay, acceptable. Can understand and easily for them to know what they need to do using within this group, which is actually to provide the relevant details based on the group box name. Okay. Bafera, your suggestions?
My answer, the save button and the edit button, I change it to the item at the above the, what's the color, the file and edit one at the menu at the top, the sub menu kah, the sub menu kah that.
Menu and submenu. You want
Yeah.
to add save and edit and submenu, you mean?
Yeah. So that the interface got more spaces for to and to adjust the
Student details and also
yeah,
the
yeah,
exam
student.
details.
Yeah.
The marks details.
Yeah.
Okay. Acceptable? Yeah. Those kind of improvement. Yeah. Another one?
Another one, same like Noel, the grouping.
Grouping.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
good.
I said here to grouping the student ID, student details and the marking details with the title with the title lah, the title
With
of
the
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So just to make sure now you have your suggestions. The suggestions is okay. Then your justifications make sure it's strong enough to support the improvement that you have. Right? You see. Okay. So this kind of question is actually very open-ended. Getting your idea, getting your opinion.
Can say don't use the student. You can say don't use the course code and then student name to search for the student info. So to select the student, and just use student ID only.
You mean you throw away the course code and student name?
No. I just said when you search, you don't enter the course code and student name. You just enter the student ID only.
Enter the student ID.
Yeah.
You don't type it. You come up with, let's say I key ABC 1, 2, 3, 4 in this case. The student name come up. You mean
the student name.
auto generate.
Yeah,
okay, you can mention that.
Because the student name and student and the course code sometimes can duplicate the duplicate.
The course code doesn't mean that is reflect to student's ID.
Like when the course code and student ID can course code is student name, because student name, one course can maybe have 2 students with same name, so cannot search properly like that. So just use student ID because more unique, the number.
So by using the student ID here, you want to mention about the auto generate, you can mention in this way. Okay, let's ABC 1, 2, 3, 4 as a box. Then user can search a certain student I just key in ABC1234 or I just key any ID. Then in this case, it's good that student name Chan Kikwa will display automatically. Now user need to key in one by one.
Oh yeah.
One by one. Then okay, acceptable. Don't talk too much on course in this case because one student can take so many courses. And one course can be taken by so many students as well. So you cannot say search the student, I can search, I can find out what's the course code here. No. You don't talk too much.
Oh.
Yeah?
Okay.
Don't go for too far. Okay? Straight to the one suggestions, one justifications for that particular suggestions. Don't go too far away. Sometimes once you go too far, logic is not there anymore. That will be dangerous, not to be deducted from there. Okay? So you have the idea, you have the suggestions now. So okay, some improvements, suggestions by the marking scheme, you can take a look. The combo list, drop-down list for the course code and the student name, to reduce the time for the manual keying. And not only to reduce the time for this kind of by using combo box and Dropbox, to also minimize the error done by the user when they do the keying. Especially for the code and the student name, sometimes my name also, my students always give me wrong name. ING becomes SANG or something like that. Okay? So to reduce the time to key in or to reduce or to minimize human error. Okay? User input. Shortcut key, as mentioned just now, shortcut key. Execute faster. Quickly. What else?
The shortcut key, if we just mention save and exit, will it still count as 4 marks?
Will it still count as 4 marks?
Yeah, we just talk about the save and
Then
exit
you
only.
will raise up another questions here about other buttons that you can click here.
Still can full mark or will deduct mark also if you didn't mention all the
Then
buttons.
I will look into your justification. If your justification is strong enough, then finally I will still give you 4 marks.
Oh,
And based on what I comment just now, since you know already that's the button, so just talk about it,
okay.
mention it. Then you can also add a necessary button, like next, previous, clear button to this form here, so that essentially you can access different students' records instead of only one student records here. So another improvement, you can add the view help menu. This one is to get a new user to operate, to use this way, this interface. So for this kind of questions, always you can see that other relevant answer or other appropriate answer. So which means it's not limited to all this. Like what you mentioned just now, the propane, that's a good one. Okay. So, okay, move on to the next one. The appropriate menu for submenu items that can be added into GUI. Justify your answer. 3 appropriate menu with the justifications. 3 marks each. 3 marks each.
Even though they already have the save button and exit button, you can still put in, you can still suggest the things in the menu.
Okay.
Oh,
Some of the user they like to deal with menu. That's why your system here. Yeah, I forgot to email you your assignment. I can email you your assignment. Actually, just now, but I can't remember. I already email you later. I will email you your assignment. Okay, like your assignment I already mentioned, you don't have this menu. So you can most probably you can add in this controller into your design because some of the users they really like to use menu instead of clicking on this kind of
Oh, if
Yeah.
that if I have a button like delete all the all the record can yeah, the reset, yeah,
these questions.
I call it.
You say you suggest a button. You mean?
Yeah, I just the clear button, yeah, just to clear all the record.
Question button here is wrong already lah because question say appropriate menu or sub menu items. You know that? It's not talking about the menu.
Yeah, sub menu, yeah.
So you don't your answer here when you come out with your answer here, your suggestions here, you don't mention about the button. When it's about button, this is out of topic already.
The thing,
Suggest any menu, but don't mention on any other control now.
must all of them be in must the clear, cut, and then copy and then undo those things must they be in the sub menu? Must they be sub menu, or can they be menu also? Menu item also,
Sub menu.
because one menu
Question
item.
say either menu or sub menu. So you just go and check those videos, normally like a PDF. Normally, what you see, you can say that. Normally, what's under this menu? Under file, normally, what kind of? So you just follow the standard, which means that everybody is using this way. But suddenly, your system is something which is different. So people may not get used to use your system when they try to click on the all this file or what's under file, what's under edit, what's under view. Maybe you have your text view, Zoom, under file, which is not that usual already.
Then shouldn't the save, open, print, exit also be sub menu?
This can make it to sub menu or menu is okay. Menu item, sub menu item, you have to mention it.
So
Questions is asking for your suggestions. Your suggestions make sure it's related to what normally being used.
So the save menu, save, open, print, exit, are they sub menu or menu?
I put it right here.
So they're sub menu or menu?
Sub menu or menu?
Yeah.
That's also called the sub menu under your file menu.
So all the questions,
Items under your file menu.
So all the answers is sub menu.
You can add in here. You can add more. Something like menu button or something like help. Those are menu.
Yeah. I'm just saying the answer given is all sub menu only.
Oh, not necessary.
No, I just say this answer provided all sub menu only.
Oh, you mean this answer all?
All of these answer all sub menu.
Like
they're all sub menu one.
Seems like all giving sub menu.
Yeah. I just asking that.
Okay. So since question say menu or sub menu, you can come up with any of it.
Yeah.
Can be added. Okay. Make sure you have the appropriate justifications. Don't forget.
Yeah, the answer.
So one item,
is very short one.
1 mark. Justifications, 2 marks. So this is how you can get. So any 3 of it, you can take any 3 of it. And 9 marks there. Okay. Okay. So this kind of questions, you understand how to answer this kind of questions now. Again, Please, questions asked for menu or sub-menu, you don't mention on any other control already.
Okay.
Can we move on to the next questions?
Yeah.
Okay, the next one, model and modelless. Must make sure you know what is the meaning of model and modelless. So are the methods to display the forms or dialog boxes during runtime. So you have to extend these two methods. Using your own words. Can you see that? Using your own words. Even though you can use that, you can get the descriptions from your slides. Make sure you rephrase it using your own words. Make sure. Otherwise, if you don't use your own words, you just copy wrong. 0 marks, I can tell you. So give the situations when each of these methods are appropriate to be used. So for this model and modelless, what's the difference between model and modelless?
The model one, you must respond to it, and then,
Yes.
and then you can go to the next window.
Mm-hmm.
And then the modelless, you don't need to respond to it. You can interchange the windows.
Okay.
Switch between the windows without responding.
Okay. Yeah. So you can use your own word now.
Yeah.
Good. So for example, here questions also asked for the explain these two methods by using your own words and then give a situation and each of these methods are appropriate to be used. When you need to use model, when you need to use modelless. So this one I believe you have no problems to answer these questions.
Answer, but I'm not sure if correct or not using my own word right now. The method, the example, I'm not sure correct or not.
Okay, you can read that maybe.
No. I posted in the chat. Can
Yeah,
can check.
Hold on. So long.
Yeah.
Only
the last.
Day, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
when
also
a model
post the answer.
method is used to display a window, it must be responded to before the user can progress to the next window. Modelless. Switch to an element. Switch back to the model method. Yeah, okay. Okay, you can get full marks for this explanation. Kelvin? Okay, so move on. Farah and Noel, okay, both of you okay or not for this question?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, clear for this question. So we move on to the next one, questions 2. Food billing window applications, newly opened high usage Japanese cuisine restaurant here. So now questions, the first one asks you to write the statement of work by using if then else. Statement to calculate the net price by deducting the discount amount and displaying the net price in the level value. So your answer here shall involve declaring the necessary variables by for your calculations. So always you need to declare. So please check. Okay, your declarations here. Okay, question said that the customer has ordered, assume the total price is stored inside a variable called decimal price. So you have to use DEC price already later for your calculations, since something is actually stored in this variable. So you check through the coding here. Okay, and questions ask you to use if then else. Make sure you have the conditions. So you're actually getting the code, the text after for you to check different promo code. I think it should be promo code now. Different promo code, different percentage. And here make sure it's 0 point something. It's not 20% there. You don't put 20% straight away. 15%.
If I write 0.2D like that, can?
Yeah.
Okay.
0.2D.
Must use to upper.
If you don't use the upper, just when you compare the string, uppercase and lowercase is different.
Yeah.
So you must use to upper based on this case, your promo code is all given uppercase. So you must put upper the text. Okay.
I also didn't know you can do one line, the declare one.
Okay. So now you know. Okay.
My code okay ka?
That's your code. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, I wrote in that.
The string was something as string.
Oh yeah, the code I didn't directly do the text that you do the same to upper thing. I just put declare as a code first and then put in.
Okay.
Should have put
Price net. You have to use the label given in the questions. I mean the name for every single control given by the questions. You have to use that. Kelvin, since it is given, like label total value, code, label net value. So since like here,
already.
make sure you check if you are using that control.
I already used. I think.
Code.
The deck price don't need to declare because you don't need to declare the deck price.
It's already asked you to assume. My question said assume. It's already stored something there.
Assume already declare. Okay.
Got the string. Label total value dot text decimal price. Or not need to mention that already because it's already decimal price equals to decimal dot pass label total value dot text. It's already there. String code new member. And if that decimal price, or you directly minus decimal price times discount. Okay. So label net value text to string. Okay. String code. Let me check again on the string code.
The string, why you put the 0.00 there? Is it format?
This one is to make it the format.
Oh, that's how you do the format. If I don't write it down, will it show a lot more than 2 decimal?
Will it show? So it depends on your answer whether it's given any decimal places or not.
Okay.
Not given any decimal places, like 10 ringgit is 10, 10, something like that.
If I don't put the 0.00 there.
For the currency, always we put for the currency.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Money, something about money, always we put.
Okay.
Acceptable your code. It's only that you are doing too much on this. You can accept the decimal price now because questions already mentioned. Assume the total price is not a variable decimal price here.
Okay.
Okay. It's just you can declare several variables in one line. Oh, okay, now. It's like It's like your C, your learn C or C++. C++, also comma, oh. Okay. So how you can get the marks for this? The declarations, okay, and then with the correct if then else, the marks. You're putting inside this if then else, the correct values, okay. So if you are not using to upper in this case, because you are using different way, definitely using different way. And even though you are using to upper, but if that's still correct, you still manage to get 10 marks. It's only a guideline here. Okay? It's only a guideline. Doesn't matter whether you are using another way to get the same thing. Because when it comes to the coding wise, you can have so many different ways, different way of coding. Huh? Okay, so for this code, okay,
Oh yeah.
Aaron,
Okay.
Noah, okay,
Yeah, okay.
Good. So another part is program to display the change amount in the label change value. Label change value, after the patient has entered the amount of payment, display appropriate error message in the sections of the answer shall involve the necessary grammar declarations. Okay. Oops. Okay. Declarations again. And then questions asked for the exceptions. Appropriate error message if an exception occurs. Make sure you have try catch. Try catch here. Okay. So you get in the payment and the payment pay in. And then your calculations. Calculations here. Then your label change value dot text is actually getting the decimal change to string. Whatever integer, decimal, if you want to display as a text at the text box, or label box, a label box. Don't forget making the string.
Oh, miss, on only the private sub, something handles, exchange like that.
No need what,
The private sub handles text change,
You
and then
mention the header for this header.
oh yeah, header and footer. No need.
Just ask for the header and footer. The segment of program to display the change, but now question statement asks you to come up with any functions or sub procedures or things.
Oh, okay.
Normally those you when you double click, those really codes for you. Because you can simply just get it from right click, you double click, and then it's not good idea for you to memorize all those things. Because there's a ready coding for you. Only when the question asks you to write the sub procedures, functions procedures, then you need.
Okay.
Okay, you all take a look again.
Oh, I didn't do the try catch.
When you have to learn how to do this try catch, it's actually not that difficult. Suppose you have things, you have all these things.
What happened? You don't need to do the what happened when if the payment not high enough. Like the change
Payment is not high enough.
like the payment like the change become negative. No need to do anything else. No need
Three
to do,
said they key in the payment which is lesser than the one that's supposed to be paid.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
you need to do some checking lah.
that one also
If the
that one
payment-
also need. That one also need
The one if you do it is extra lor.
extra. Oh,
But in
So
the
you-
system, you need to include that lah. In the
So-
system, you really need to include that.
so main things. Try catch.
Yeah, try catch because questions may ask for the try catch. You have to learn that lah. Because it's based on your normal getting the user input. Then from there you add in the try catch just to catch up if the user key in something wrong.
Why you use integer for the payment? Because isn't payment can put decimal place also.
Or integer. Should
Why you use
it's good
integer?
to use decimal.
Should you use decimal?
Decimal.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks to highlight it. Here you see decimal payment. Here also decimal.
Yeah,
It's
that,
good for you
then
to use
is-
decimal. Yeah, thanks, Kelvin.
the message
Hey.
box, the message box when there's error. Do we really need the icon?
Icon?
Yeah, the message box.
Not
icon.
necessary if the question didn't ask.
But we must need the message and then the OK box.
Message you must have a proper message there at least.
Must have
Yeah.
the message and
Yeah.
OK box. Okay.
But if the questions ask you to use icon, you have to use that. Otherwise, marks will be deducted.
Okay.
Now questions didn't ask for that. Then make sure you have a message box there. Then okay already with the proper message. Okay.
Okay.
So can we move on to the next one? Next part.
Okay. Can.
Can I? The next one would be the modular program. So this one can be created using either sub procedures or functions procedures. So again, by using your own words, you have to describe the difference between the sub procedures and the functions procedures. What's the main difference between the sub procedures and functions procedures class? Questions ask you to list out 2 advantages of using the sub procedure or functions procedures, I think. In this part, no problems for you to answer this. 2 advantages, but the important things here, make sure you know what's the main difference for the sub and also functions procedures. Now can tell me what's the main difference of it? Put in the chat again. Anyone? Oh no, just tell me lah. Okay.
Yeah, this one I have a problem with the one advantage.
Oh, you have problem with the advantage.
Yeah, cannot find in the lecture note.
Cannot find in the lecture notes. But the functions that you have learned in programming, Sem 1. What's the purpose of using functions?
So far as I know, the one returns a value.
Oh, functions can return a value. Now the one that in your programming, in Sem 1, you're only using functions, right? Your functions there, you can return a value, you can display something, not returning anything. That's a function that you have learned in programming. So that concept is actually the same with sub and functions procedures in this case. So you can reuse the code actually. You can just simply call that functions without duplicate the code. So for the sub procedures, it's only that in VB now, they make it to the functions which return nothing, procedure. Functions that return a value, they make it to categorize it to functions procedure. But in programming concept previously, in Sem 1, these two use the term functions. You got that? You got that? Already. Okay. So functions procedure in VB. Now we are talking about VB first. Functions. Once you are using functions procedures, which means that functions must return value. Okay. Then when you name it as a sub procedures, okay, it's actually a function as well. It's only these functions does not return any value. Maybe just do some calculations and display some message inside this sub procedure.
Oh, it didn't ask for advantage for either one.
Or
It just said this one this one only give advantage. The advantage don't know which one is advantage or which one.
these two advantage of using sub procedure or functions procedures.
I thought
Okay.
need two each one.
Oh, you thought you need two each, huh? Question
Two
made
each one.
or
Yeah, one for the function and then the other for the sub procedure like that. I thought.
why the questions here use or? Because in programming wise, concept wise, these two are so-called functions. So what's the advantage by using functions? You say, or the question said, these two advantage of using functions if that's programming.
I didn't understand the question. I thought like why I thought they need like why sub procedure better than function or function better than sub procedure.
If that question is in that way,
I thought
something over something.
I read it in that way. I don't understand, so I didn't understand.
Misunderstood already, lah.
Yeah, the question.
So now when you read through the questions again, is it previously you really misunderstood the question? You didn't read the questions carefully, or maybe, or
you said describe the difference, and then it says list two advantages. Oh, the difference are okay lah. The difference are okay. Just the advantages, I don't know. I thought like the function. I thought like difference one mark, and then list the two advantages each. I thought like so we need four, like two for the sub procedure, two for the function procedure. I don't understand.
So next time I read the questions really carefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the advantage here is actually what's the advantage by using a function? A function, as what I mentioned, the concept in the programming, these two both consider as functions actually. Something that in VB they categorize it into functions and sub procedures, but both also functions. Doing something inside these functions. So what's the advantage by using the functions here? You need to do the same thing. There is no more duplications of code. You just call it. So you have a lot of messy coding here, and you can make it into simpler pieces for the functions. Not squeeze everything inside main functions. So clarity of the code, easy for you to trace the error, which line is actually having problems, this and that. Clarity of the code, easier for you to find out. So now mention inside this function. So straight away I go for that function to check what's the problem in that function. Something like that. We use the code, that's the important one as well, for the duplications of the code, reduce duplications of the code. Okay. So for Noel and Sarah also confused with these questions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one yang I confused.
Oh, so you list two advantages of using sub procedures, then list another two advantages of using functions procedure. Then you cannot get the answer from the side definitely, because sub procedure or functions procedures, that's the function, and we have the advantages of using functions always. Okay, so now you know already, the key questions are.
Yeah, tricky. Yeah.
So yeah, I can say that quite careless are you all. So make sure read through the questions maybe at least twice before you write down your answer. Okay. So the third question, can we move on to the third one?
Oh, okay. I didn't do that.
You didn't do.
I haven't done
So
it.
take a look.
Okay.
Noel and Farron, did you do it?
Just question one.
I do the question
I mean, to
A A1 2 only
Yeah.
and
You
B,
all
but I don't know lah. I don't know this one. I don't know lah. I just not sure.
not sure. So all these answers actually from your slides. Okay. When it comes to the coding, normally you can get the answer from slides because so many chapters here in your lecture. We talk about the combo box, talk about the drop-down list, how to add the items, remove the item. All this already mentioned, no?
Yeah, all this already.
Yeah, all this mentioned. It's only that you need to know which chapter you can find it. I tell you that if you don't know which chapter you can find it, it's actually wasting your time to go and search it. Understand? Huh?
If I want to remove the purpose one, do I just write the index number? Write index number and then remove it like that?
You
Okay.
can do that.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe can I just show the answer first? So reluctant to show the answer without your answer.
This question's quite simple.
Huh?
Quite simple one.
Quite simple one, if you can refer to your slides.
Yeah.
But you all need to check for the answer also, is that?
I don't know.
How about like this? Okay. I believe you need sometimes to do that. It's not that you don't know how to do. Maybe previously time is not allowed. I'm not sure whether you are still busy with other assignment or this and that, and causing you have no time to really study. You don't have you cannot spend some time to do this. What's your reason for not doing these questions? You forgot or what?
I do other past year. I do other.
Do other things. Stations assignment.
Do harder subject.
That is not hard. It's not difficult.
This one, I don't think
straightforward now.
Quite straightforward because
everything is given actually. Everything is given. It's only that whether you apply it, whether you know how to apply it. Okay. Because if you say the coding wise, a lot of things actually for you. How about this? Because question 3 and 4 are actually the coding questions.
3 and 4 display selected. So
3 and 4 both are the coding questions. So you all want to find out first, then only to check the answer with me? Or you still want to proceed? But after this, you have class already, is it?
Yeah.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
3 minutes left.
Yeah. Then we have not enough time to discuss this also.
If the A probably no need. The A probably.
Okay, never mind. It's okay. We can communicate in some WhatsApp group, no problem. So maybe after you have tried all the questions, questions 3 and 4, okay, you tell me. Show me the answer first. You just tell me. I will then provide you with the snapshot of answer in a WhatsApp group. You take a look. Any questions you ask, we discuss in the WhatsApp group, maybe over the weekend or next week. Okay, so I'll try my best to answer as soon as possible.
Okay.
I understand that you want to go for the class already. So please, what I want you to do is please try out all these questions. make sure you have answer, then only I will provide you with the answer. If you don't have answer, if you don't show me your answer, just now I mentioned only to show me, but I think it's good that you capture and then show me at least you have the answer today, even though I have no time to go and check out my work. Okay, and you snapshot it, at least you tried out those questions now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe if you don't want to share your answers in your group, maybe you can just PM me. Oh, Miss, I've done with all this already. Can I have the answer? Okay, I can provide the answer. I can PM you. Okay, without providing an answer inside the group. If inside the group, if one already provided your answer to me, and another two not providing anything to me, it's not fair to the person who already done. Oh, okay. So do something, help yourself. Okay, please help yourself. I hope you all pass this course with flying colors. Later, I will email. Who's the group leader of this? Noel. I will email Noel your assignment. Noel, please share the assignment to your group members to take a look.
Okay.
Your report. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So anything we can still chat in the WhatsApp group, even though this is today considered as the last class for this course week 14 already. Yeah.
So
And
next
then
next week no class.
Next week no class already.
Okay. Next
Friday is your final online assessment for this course. You know,
Oh yeah.
Here you check date and time properly. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we will still communicate inside the group lah. Yeah. So anyway, good luck for the final online assessment for all the courses for the semester. Okay. So I won't show you the answer now lah. Then only when you.
This subject use handwriting or copy paste can or use
No,
Google
have to use handwriting. It's mentioned by the CC. It's mentioned by KLO. Seems like the courses all my courses is actually using handwriting. I'm not sure the other course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the code also handwriting?
Pardon?
The code.
Yeah, the code also handwriting. So if you have time to check, to do some checking,
can use pencil or must use pen?
Don't use pencil. If they ask you to draw the design, then you can use pencil but to write down something, please use pen.
If I write wrong code and then I need to
no need to erase, you just track through.
Yeah.
Okay, just track through. It's okay. No need to have to use blackboard, this and that, no problem.
Okay.
But just to make sure your handwriting is clean and clear.
Okay.
So don't forget for the coming Friday, next Friday, is our F4A for this course. Use handwriting, snapshot, make sure, double check first. You make sure it's clear, not blur. Because sometimes I know when you are already, session already, hand shaking already, your skill also don't know you don't know how to capture a clear snapshot. Blurry here and there, cannot. Make sure you double check. Then you have student must take the responsibility to make sure you submit a clean and clear handwritten answer. Okay, so I will see you until I see you. Okay, good luck. Bye.
Thank you, Miss.